It's a protest. Anyway, this is a protest from a community in Plateau State. What are they protesting for? They are protesting against military presence in their community. When you refresh back, or when you reflect back, Plateau State, as we know, has been like a den of terrorist attack. They have continued to suffer terrible attacks from the hands of these terrorists. It happened, the last one was, I think, Palm Sunday. After Palm Sunday, there's another one in Easter Sunday. It's like it has become like a repeated occurrences in Plateau State. They have died in numbers. It has continued. It has not stopped. And this community, where there is insecurity, in a normal state, when the military or when the security forces takes over the communities or the streets, it is expected that insecurity will be minimized, even will be eradicated. But in a situation in this community in Plateau State, it wasn't so. Rather, there were increase in insecurity in that part of Plateau State. Then, you should ask what really prompted these women. Because it's been IPOB that has been screaming it for a very long time about the insecurities being caused by the Nigerian militaries. If you recall back, Mazi will always hammer it those days during his broadcast that majority of insecurities in Biafra land are being caused by the Nigerian military. It was last year that the Amnesty International did some investigations about the causes or who are the people responsible for insecurity in the Southeast. And they came up with the result that is mostly being caused by the Nigerian military. That was when they told us about the roadmaps. Because even up to today, in every post in Biafra land, there's always a military check. And majority of these insecurities happening has been happening around those military checkpoints. Why it should have been in the contradiction? Because where the presence of securities are, it is expected that the community or the village or the street will be secured. But when it comes to Nigerian army, it's not so. Rather, majority of the insecurities always rises wherever you find the Nigerian military. And that is exactly what happened in this Plateau State. Because of the consequent invasion of the terrorists, probably the governor of the state or whoever decided to bring in militaries. And instead of that to be alleviated, rather it got increased. It became the worst. So that's the effect. It points down that the perpetrators or the causes of insecurities in Nigeria remains the Nigerian army. And that's exactly what our sister Lolo Neka has been, screaming. At a time, her and her team delved into investigations, and they later came back to say this is their findings. They found out that the cause of insecurity is as a result of military invasions in the Biafra land. So, it's not only we Igbo now screaming about it. It has started happen in Plateau State. The women, the people of that community found out that the military that was imported on them, that was brought into their communities, has turned out to be the perpetrators of the evil. They found that they are their killers, the people killing them, the people causing more insecurities against them. That is why they decided to swing into this protest, as we see it in this video. So in essence, because I think it was last week we saw it has continued to happen. The ones they call repentant Boko Haram, we saw them decorated. They put on garments on them and called them repentant Bokos, just indicating that insecurity can never get stopped, no matter the number of armies they put. The more they bring in army, the more they are introducing insecurity, because major parts of those armies are those ones they are bringing armies for. When you bring in what they call repentant Boko Haram to come and repel against the terrorists, you see, it's a mission impossible. Rather, it's going to increase the tempo, the activities of the terrorists. So, yeah, at least when I saw the video today, it was a kind of, I'm happy about it. At least it's no more Nnamdi Igbo. It's no more Biafrans telling, screaming that militaries are the problem of insecurity in Nigeria. The women, the people of that community in Plateau State are chasing them away. They protest. They are protesting that they do not want these militaries. They want them to leave their town. So that is the most beautiful thing. It's no more Nnamdi Igbo now calling on the Nigerian government. These are the causes, telling the world it's not ordinary. These insecurities are being orchestrated, state-sponsored insecurities against the people. Then I'll be diving into what I have for today. My topic, I said, failed sponsored allegations against the DUS leadership. Why am I even talking about this? Because for the past, I don't know if I will count it beyond 2 years, more than 2 years now, we have seen attack going on the social media against IPOB leadership. This has continued to happen. It's more than 2 years this started. Then you will ask me, why did I use the word sponsored? Why I brought in that word sponsored means, because when you look at something that is sponsored, you will know. When you have, for example, 20 attackers, and the 20 attackers are playing along the same line, their statements are the same. The way they move are the same. Their operations, their modus operations are the same. The allegations they carry along are the same. The people they are pointing at are the same. So their operations differ not from each other. That is how I know these guys are being engineered. They are sponsored. Because when you say a thing or a group is being sponsored, it means they have a sponsor. They have someone sponsoring it. And that their sponsor is a kind of directing them. That their sponsor is a kind of coaching them. That their sponsor is a kind of supplying them with what to say, with what to carry, what to go about. That is why I bring in that word, sponsored. In the beginning of this attack, it wasn't sponsored. How do I know? Because the number that started the attack were minimal. And their agitations were different. Each of them were presenting their cases differently. They have different opinions. They have different interests. They continued along the line. They meet each other. When they must have been brought in together, brainwashed together, talked over together, sponsored. That is why I brought in the word sponsored. And where am I really pointing finger this evening? Because when you look at the people being sponsored, I'll be talking much about them. And that I'm going to talk about them, mentioning their name, does not mean I'm more chocolate basaga. Many of you should know basaga. You guys know I don't think. In fact, you guys know that IPOB media, we don't engage in saga. Why I want to be mentioning names is for your own understanding. Because at times when somebody says that one over there, at times you might mistarget, you might misunderstood whom I am referring to. So that is why I'll be mentioning names. So I dated back the beginning of this attack as far back as more than 2 years. But this started more than 2 years ago. Most of you on the social media will remember when one afero among some people that we knew that used to speak for IPOB, the people that worked on media for IPOB. If we draw our minds back, we'll remember Mohana Basaga. Ikenga was there that time. Ikenga nonya na akwa na nonya. They were like ana akwa gasim war everywhere. During those period, these guys were on their personal interest fight. They were fighting each other. So that is a different case. Now, when they came up to the stage 2 of it, some individuals, as a result of frustration in the fight, in the personal fight they engaged in, they started to point fingers. They wanted to extend their frustrations on the leadership. Some of them were people that thought they were defeated in their personal interest fight with their colleagues, with their comrades. So they thought the leadership were not on their side because they were expecting the leadership either to suspend their opponent. But that did not happen. So now when they came up to stage 2, they were still on their personal interest. It weren't sponsored. Their first stage between them and their colleagues, they were on their personal fight. It were not sponsored. On the second stage, they still on their personal interest. It were not sponsored. The only thing is that they were putting the blame of their failure to win their opponent on the leadership. On this stage 2, that is when we started to hear different things from some of them. Some of them started to present their rancor on the leadership. Remember, in their first stage, in their initial fight, the leadership were not involved. In their second fight, nothing concerns the leadership. But on that their second part, they were pointing fingers on the DOS that they could not save them on their stage 1 fight with their opponent. That was when we heard different things from some of them. If you take your mind back, you remember Darlington. Darlington will always do several broadcasts, which he keeps on lamenting that the DOS should have sacked Ikenga. Ikenga then have not started to speak against the movement. Rather, due to Ikenga nwere ọ na-akọta mu ọnụ. Ikenga, we are calling them different names, and how on return, we are calling him too. That was when they were calling him about his mother, and so on. That you couldn't bury your mother. You know, this their saga talk. So on the second stage, they wanted to rub on the leadership their failure to win the opponent on the first stage, because they fought and they thought they did not win. So they thought, oh, the leadership should have come to their aid. And not only Darlington. In this second stage, we saw the part Methuselah played, because the leadership tried to intervene, starting from the first stage. Several people in the leadership tried to intervene in those their rancor between each other. Abanemu came in, tried all his possible best to bring them together, to settle the issue. He could not, because even the deputy HOD, Mazi, as well came. He spoke at length, but they refused. Paul Achebe on this second stage was lamenting why he sat, why he suspended, because when Abanim came into the case, Abanim gave them order, stop. Nobody should mention each other's name anymore on their platform. Some of them obeyed, some did not obey. The ones that did not obey were punished, and it became an offense to Paul Achebe. Achebe held on this as an offense against the DOS. Darlington held on his own offense that the DOS did not sack Ikenga. Then Achalugo held on the same offense that the Ikenga was spared. Then Methuselah, due to Methuselah, that was when the issue of Christianity, at that time, going back to the roots and so on and so on. At a time, because it constituted what the problem was, and they were ordered to stop. Don't bully each other. We want things to be done more freely. But because Methuselah is somebody that will not obey order. Even looking at him now, you can tell that thank God Onya is no more with us, because he's not somebody that can never come under control. That thing he decides to do, that's the one he sticks to. He was warned, let us stop mentioning each other's name but because he has his mind that he wants to continue on his own path. Even when the issue was treated on the Radio Biafra, Methuselah insisted that path he's going. At a time, the new group, they were asked to come together, march together, be together, forgive each other, work with each other. Methuselah, as a result that he wanted to go his own way, do his own things, he refused to become a part of that group. At a time, he gave an excuse that he's traveling, that when he comes back, he's going to join. When he comes back, a member of the DOS called him and asked him, oh, since you are back, can you join? That they want all of them to work like brothers and sisters. Methuselah refused. That one became his own offense. We remember the one that is called Ejiro. Ejiro on her own has nobody that offended her. Ejiro has no problem at that time with anybody. But because, I am sorry I will be saying this, Ejiro is somebody that is very jealous and greedy. There were times she had problem with Omote, but that was a very long time. After that issue, both of them reconciled and started to relate with each other. But because Ejiro, when she doesn't like you, she has it at the bottom of her heart that she doesn't like you. But you wouldn't know until she started to find out that Omote is in good time with some people. Because of the hatred, just mark my word, because of the hatred for Omote, Ejiro went her way. Before you know it, she started to make broadcasts against somebody that she had no problem with. If you remember, there was a time she rushed out. She started to make broadcasts against social coordinator, because she thought that social coordinator works much closely with Omote more than her. And it's not only that, she did it to me. That's why I knew as well. Ejiro, I used to be in good time with Ejiro. I used to be in good time with her. We used to converse. We used to stay hours on the phone. But because I didn't know that she still has something in mind against Omote. Because I am somebody, I don't like to carry anybody's fight. I was relating with Omote. When she does broadcasts, I will go and comment and share. I didn't know Ejiro was not happy that I am going to Omote's page. Because of that, Ejiro blocked me. I never had any issue with her. It was one day I wanted to go and see what she's done. I couldn't go in. I was so surprised that she blocked me. It was one of the guys that was asking me what's going on, that she doesn't see me in Ejiro's program. And I thought, how can I go when she has? It was when they started to ask Ejiro that Ejiro said that it looks like I like Omote. Now, why am I saying this? I am trying to bring out what led to what gave rise to what we are experiencing today. So, as a result, Ejiro picked an offense because of Omote. She stood against the leadership because at a time she pointed back years ago the issue she had with Omote several years ago, and two of them have later reconciled after some years. But because she's somebody that will always have very bad heart against people, she picked on it and started to demand that Omote must be suspended, or Omote must come out on a live broadcast to apologize to her. So then they told her, this issue has been so long, and besides, both of you have already reconciled. You started to work together as sisters because they come from the same Uru. So, but she insisted. Because of it, she picked an offense against IPOB leadership. I want you to be mindful of how all of them picked offense, one after the other, on this second stage. Darlington picked an offense that Ikenga were not suspended. Kahakochalonu na their first stage. He refused to join the group where they were asked, please be in the same group. Forgive each other, work with each other. Because of that, I don't know, he refused that he will not join that group, that he will not work with so. So that one, as a result, he picked on that offense against the leadership. Metusele has his own offense. Ejiro has her own offense. Achalugo has her own offense. Paul Achebe has his own offense. How many of them? Now, these guys, as a result of all these offenses they had against the leadership, that opened them up to be like a tool any enemy can pick and use them against the leadership. This is where their hearts we are open to the devil, open to be used as an instrument against the IPOB leadership. Because anytime you became so angry with an organization, all you think and care is how to bring them down. Anybody can use you to cause problem against that organization. This is how these guys started to sit at the fence of IPOB. When they were sitting at this fence, if you used to listen to them, each of them kept on making series of broadcasts against the leadership. Metusele, that was when he started. At a time, his national coordinator decided to suspend him. That's what gave rise to his suspension. The same thing with Darlington. He did all manners of program against the DOS. At a time, he was calling for payment for the salary. For those of them that are speaking, that are back home, he was mandating the leadership to start to pay them salary. That one we are not met. Before you know it, Ubidok Babankata underground. Don't think they wake up overnight and started this. These things were harnessed over a period of time. I have said this last year, April. That was April 11th. Darlington called me. I have said it a number of times on the phone. We spent 1 hour, 20 minutes on the phone. This is when he was working to gather people, to bring in forces that will face DOS. He called me 1 hour, 20 minutes. I don't lie. Everything he was telling me was on how to attack DOS. He gave me different instances, the way we are going to do it. You know, whichever one he brings on, I will tell him, don't you think, first of all, these people you want to attack, what have they done to you? He could not tell me anything they have done. But you want to attack, but no reason for your attack. Number two, due to I raise a concern that when you attack these people, it's going to cause problem to the struggle. They are the ones holding the mantle of the leadership of the Muslim. He told me, no, don't worry. It will be done systematically. They will be bringing one of them, one at a time. One at a time. If you watch him, though he knows that I can't forge that. He presented it to me in different ways and manners. First of all, you have heard to give me the reasons why you want to attack them. And what do you intend to achieve? 1 hour, 20 minutes. At a time, yeah, for that now he can't have a go on me. Yeah, pin your phone. That's the end of the conversation. If you watch when he started to attack the leadership, he started with a former. Who is the leader? Who is in charge of the media? That was when they started to talk. Ofama is not doing his job. Ofama is not bringing the media together. This is the media they have tried to meddle, to settle them. 3 different members of the DOS weighed in, including the deputy HOD, Nzurumike, intervened in their matter. They refused. So, if you remember, Habidogudo from a former, see from a former, enter European rep, Abanim, see from Abanim, enter China someone. Now, hey, just go everywhere. At this second stage, they were not sponsored. They were fighting on their personal grounds, personal interest grounds. because they thought the leadership did not protect them in their stage 1 fight with their fellow comrades. So it was when they were not subjected as a willing tool, even Nigerian governments can now use them against the leadership. When they get to the 3rd stage is when they became sponsored. Because the person that is now sponsoring them knew they are not happy with the struggle. The person using them now knew Methuselah is suspended and he's not happy and he has keep on to kick against the movement and against the leadership. They knew, the sponsor knew that Paul Achebe is not happy and he has continued to hit on the leadership, kick on the leadership. They knew Darlington, his needs were not met, including the need of putting him on monthly salary. We are not met. You know, when the devil wants to use, there's one part of Bible, Eba say, demon we are cast out from a man called from a woman. And that demon we are going round looking for which other person to jump into. And that demon could not find any other person. He decided to check back on the body of the person where he was casted out from. And when he saw that the body of that person there is still vacant, what he did, he went and called in more other stronger demon. However, to possess that person. And the condition of that man became worse than how it was. This is the situation of their minions. These minions that later now turn into 100 men. This is how they sacrifice their souls to become a willing tool to be used to be fighting the fight they couldn't win. Why did I say all these things? Because I wanted to lay like a foundation for us to understand the stages, what led these people. They were a kind of having offenses in their hearts. And then somebody that wanted to fight the DOS looked for instruments to use. He has no choice than to pick on them because they are already having offenses in their hearts. Any member of the DOS. So they became a willing tool to be used to be doing this work, which we have seen them working so hard, which is even so difficult for them to achieve. That is why I called it sponsored. Because when they are in the stage 3, where they have been mobilized together, some of you that do not understand, we heard about the announcement about 100 men. Have you not asked who are those 100 men? I wonder. 100 men will come from above. When that barrister, he called them 100 Men Divine Project. This is how men fool themselves. He called them 100 men, 100 divine men, called 100 Men Divine Project. We have seen how this divine project, because when you say something is divine, you are talking about divinity. It's from God. You know, this is the way they just wanted to deceive themselves. This is how these men were gathered. And not only them, they started to pick from people with the same hearts. The people that are having offenses in their hearts. Because in the last 5-6 years, we saw a lot of insubordination in the struggle. Onye went her way. Onye started to misbehave. That is what gave rise to suspension of some, to expulsion of some. Now, the sponsor knew that it's not only these small boys and girls. He needed to add other people. That is how we got to Tarinemi. The sacked one is there in the group. Jesse Ayonyuku. Anybody that is sacked anywhere, in any country, in any continent, where you are sacked, when you hear about the 100 men, they are the components of sacked individuals from IPOB. Because these are is only people with rancor, only people having offenses in their hearts against the DOS and IPOB. They are the only two that can be used to do this work. This is how these guys were converged together, coupled with some members of Avid, because these are the people that now wants to take a lead. They want to infiltrate into IPOB through the back door. Only you naturally about IPOB through the back door, you automatically become member of the 100 minions, including some natural autopilot. I played the meeting where there's one woman in Ireland, if young Biko. The very day Azoka, you know Azoka, one autopilot, the day Azoka kicked that one out from the meeting. Since then, the woman were roaming about like an evil spirit, looking for where else to attach herself. The autopilot to Achugie. Nyama Jibaki admission true from IPOB, even though the husband is still in IPOB Island. In fact, as a result of her misbehavior, the husband divorced her. That woman Anna with young Biko. Because Nadia Guariana has stand kwa with Onya Jomame. Yana dia busy her as a result of this issue. Because now there's a name menki extra. It is the same woman we were hearing on the phone, how he phones with their criminal gangs on the ground. Na joha, une enwetego kwe granite, une enwetego kwe osisi egbe. So, if you biko, if Ibanu si biko, she's among those autopilot women that sponsored criminalities in Biafra land. She were no more part of autopilot because she was kicked out by her fellow women. And she knew she couldn't come back to IPOB. She were hovering around like an evil spirit until finally she now emerged with her fellow demons in the name of 100 minions. So she's part of the 100 men, crazy men, minions. This is how they converge together. You know, remember when I started initially, I started to explain why I called it sponsored. Because when it is sponsored, they are giving ideas of what to present. Because the target is for them to tear down the DOS leadership. The target is to cause confusion in IPOB. The target is to confuse people. That is why the same allegation one of them is championing is the same the other is championing. They are all speaking one thing. And these minions, you know, when you hear some media warriors telling you that they are having group meeting with their engineer, don't doubt it, because it's reality. Onye na-edunye ha ọrụ a na-enwe meeting on the phone, WhatsApp group. Somebody will rally them together. The engineer will then come in and brief them, direct them. At times, The engineers were not happy because they couldn't achieve. They didn't know that the fight is going to be this tough. Because they believe now by the time also that is going to destroy. Let's listen to one of his because he thought it's going to be like a walkover. That's what he thought. Listen to him here.
As we move into this stage, China will have a very small time to continue talking about the Biafra. KK would have a very small time to continue as Italian coordinator. The same thing called Abanim, very small to Akoha, very small. Their time is just very little like this. Maritam Biafra, then Hampton Power. As long as this movement is concerned, nobody can come from nowhere and destroy you can't come and destroy it, all in the name of
Okay, if you listen to him, this is one of the allegations they brought forth. What is the allegation? They said that the DOS are destroying what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place. It's not only this one saying it, all of them. All these minions are saying the same thing. Now, me, Ofodo unit members, like me. Ofodo principal officers, like me as well. In the last 5-6 years, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in. Many of us knew that this struggle has gone through highs. I mean, high level of attack. High sponsored level of attack from the Nigerian government. There has never been in the history of IPOB that the struggle has suffered what we suffered in the last 5 years. Within these last 5 years, we have the highest attack of the Nigerian military against the services of IPOB, against the Eastern Security Network. It is within these 5 years, 6 years, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, renditioned. The whole plan is once he is captured, IPOB is captured, IPOB will be closed down. That is why in this last 5 years, they have worked so hard to collapse the movement, both starting from within and from outside. It is in this last 5 years that we saw great wave of infiltration. The wave of infiltration, me and you will be open to say that it cost us a lot of setback. It was in this last 5 years that some of our members were deceived and they were derailed. It is in this last 5 years that some communities in Igbo land, a lot of killings, a lot of kidnappings, a lot of destruction, marring of the name of IPOB came. Eji aha anyị wee zuo oshi. Eji aha anyị wee gbu ndị be anyị. A lot of our people were slaughtered. Onye egburu ana agwa gị na ndị Biafra na egbu gị. Ana agwa gị na ha nwa we ESN. Atọrọ gị ebute gị na their camp. Ana asị gị na ha nwa we ESN. Gị tinyelu ha ego. On Mondays, apụọ ana agba mmadụ at site. Ụmụ nwaanyị na-ele ahịa ana emebisi ngwa ahịa. If not the way both the leadership, IPOB media personnel, IPOB in general, if not how hard we worked to save our name, by now, ndị be anyị ndị Igbo ga na-agazi n'ụlọ na-achọ welezi aka ha na-achọ ndị IPOB ka egbuo ha. We saw this, we worked so hard to disassociate ourselves from the mess. So what I am trying to say in the next, in these 5 years, the struggle suffered the highest persecution, highest interruption, highest attack that it has never suffered before. Within these 5 years came with a military invasion increase in the abductions of our people. In these 5 years, we saw an attack against us from the BBC. Within these 5 years, we saw our name placed on the global index as in the terror. I am trying to present to you what we suffered in these 5 years, and yet we did not fall. We did not collapse. Why am I presenting this? Despite the attack, despite the challenges, despite the persecution, I am even talking about what of the money, finance, the organization, all vanished. The one for ESN with Umada, over $750,000 vanished. The one with Nayanya, millions of euro vanished. IPOB were shaped from its foundation. It were shaped from all angles. It were pushed, but it did not fall. When Oligumanya Jado tells you, either him or any one of them tells you that IPOB leadership has destroyed everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created, ask them, what exactly is that thing that we are destroyed? Despite starvation of funds, despite military attacks on the ESN, on our comrades, despite infiltration, tell me a single service of IPOB that is no more functioning. My phone is there. I placed my number. At the end, you can call and say, these ones are no more working, that the DOS has destroyed them, because we would like to know. All on neck, I will always say, about touch. So bring in your own touch, because I have my own touch with me. Can you buy touch? Let's understand where the allegations are coming from. Because the allegations has no substance. And that is why we are able to win them. Even their sponsor is not even happy that they are not able to deliver. Because the engineer thought it's going to be a walkover. They thought when Mazi is pushed, they push your ponozo. That is why this one came and tell you, listen to him again. Because he started with China Sanwuru. A lot of allegations. No, he started with Abanim, a former. To Abanim, to China Sanwuru. Now he's every member of Banyekwane na Mazi Eduziem. Listen to him. Because he thought, no put a hana kwa kanobi, lacho sojia, then, ihone kuzi, manune beyanine, anune could not even walk. Makona kmungi anunebe. In this very case, Anunebe could not, Anunebe could no longer walk. That is why he made this video some years ago. That's by the time he has finished.
China will have a very small time to continue talking already Biafra. Keke Oda have a very small time to continue as the Italian coordinator. The same thing called Abanim, very small to Akoha, very small. Their time is just very little like this. Malika Parafa. Then as long as this movement is concerned, nobody can come from nowhere and destroy the So,
when they want to attack, they will not use one thing as their anger. Now, he na call his anger now. He Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tara afufu me. Nandi DOS maybe. That is why I am throwing this challenge. We need people that can tell us that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was still here, that social services of IPOB were running, but these services are no longer being met now. Despite the challenges, despite starvation of funds, despite Ndirego ESN, despite Nayanya Bulu Ego Ndi welfare, Ego and the Ejenodo people, their families were lost in the course of the struggle. Despite the Nigerian military attack on our ESN, how many operations have we had from the Nigerian military in Biafra land? And a massive operation in Kenwa, Operation Udogachi, Operation Udoka, Operation Nkiru, in effort to quench ESN. Where is it possible? Were they able to achieve it? Ekberima, with his infiltration, that vowed that he's going to end DOS. Were he able to achieve it? Up till today, all the IPOB structures set in place, despite attack, despite starvation of funds, they are still running. So when they tell you that the DOS are destroying what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place, ask them, what is that? We want to know. Is it coordinators that we no more longer have coordinators? Is it the leadership no more in place? Is it the services of ESN no more in place? Is it welfare no more in place? We want to know what aspect are they telling you that the DOS has destroyed. This is what we want to know. Rather, they are the one destroying and jeopardizing and fighting hard to destroy, which is not possible for them. It is the same people that are telling people now, stop paying your monthly due. He is talking about people destroying what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set in place. The same him is the one telling people to stop paying monthly due, to stop paying ESN. The same person telling you that the DOS are destroying what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place. That is why in just touch. We will keep on exposing these criminals. They are there for good. Their engineer called them 100 men minions. And they thought they could do it. That is why here this one is vowing, mark my word, very little time, Mazi will stop speaking. Abba Animu will stop existing. Onyewa will stop. Because they trusted him. The sponsor thought, Nonya will hurt. Oma Nonya cannot deliver. Even to score a half goal. Onya could not score a single goal for him. That's why he's frustrated. That's why he's frustrated. Another allegation they are coming up with, that the DOS have sacked all the people loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you gonna about touch. What those their blackmails and allegations? We will ridicule it. We will bring out the truth and show to the people. One thing I need you to understand. In IPOB, before anybody is sacked, before anybody is suspended in IPOB, if you are honest and you are suspended, if you be honest with yourself, nobody has been outrightly suspended in IPOB. Nobody. there's always a hearing. There's always a warning. If there are any set of people not happy each on the mad, I can tell you, no, this DOS. It breaks their heart to sack people. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was out, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had get time to hear from you. Ogana na radio Biafra, Bogaha, no deba had dismissed yege. That is how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu suspends. DOS do not operate that way. Johanine, if they can tell you the truth, draw this Paul Achebe where he warned before he was suspended. Even Metusele, JC Ayonyuku, that was just suspended the other day. Before JC Ayonyuku was suspended, I received a lot of voices from our people back home. The voices I received were different voices in our lament na JC Ayonyuku emebikwa enu ihe in Biafra land. Some of the things IPOB do not engage in, JC Ayonyuku were engaging in them. In Biafra land, they are not mandated to pay, to contribute. JC Ayonyuku will always mandate you must contribute. You must pay for so. Contrary to the operations of members back home. As a result of Ndebanye Bugolo during protest in Biafra land, this present DOS decided na ha chozi hon umuaka banye, ha chozi hon ndu otu anyị, because a lot have died. A lot we are in prison. A lot we are in prison. Prison and ekwukwe okwu onye buru agaghị amadu prison ebe ino. Na the lucky will know the legal team chọkatazi achọta gị ma sị gị na ekwe ebe a ka ọnụ. Na the cake is yam ọkwa na okpuru ka ha na-achọ. Ejiri nwa ya na-achọ. Due to ha nwegasị contact different places. Ana akpọ na ayo biko inwe onye dị otu a ono there, ono with you in order to detect where our members are. During the protests in Aba, a lot. Man on a chankele buru far back. DOS decided no these are people's wives, people's husbands, people's sons, including the only son. I had the one in the army Bunaba 3 years ago that came out to protest for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One of them was the only son. He died on the process. In order to cut down, DOS gave warning, no more protests in Biafra land. JC Ayonyuku stood against it, insisted there must be protests. And not only even doing it on the ground without making announcements, he will call a meeting, broadcast a meeting, nana again protest, and they make your contributions. You go to t-shirt, go nka. In a meeting, you don't even know whether you have DSS there. This is the way this man has continued. He was warned. Deputy HOD called him and warned him. Number of times. He refused until he continued and they decided Nonya or Bahazuro. Instead of him luring lives to their early grave, it's better he's cut off. That's why he was laid off. But he's been going about today saying a different thing. That he was sacked because he's loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is not the truth. All of them that disobeyed can never tell you the truth. Do we talk about Terry Nemi? Terry Nemi, we are warned number of times. They don't hear. They just want to do their own thing. But once they sack, they will start to go around. And these same people running around today telling you that the DOS are sacking people loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In the past, they were frustrated that the DOS were not sacking a lot. That the DOS are so merciful. Yeah, that is what they are saying. Let's listen to Paul Achebe. It's one of the things.
And at this point, I must tell you the truth because I'm not allowed to pamper anywhere. We have not entered in this very struggle. The leadership of IPOB, the Directorate of State, we need to step up to game against these invigilators. You need to step up your mantle of leadership.
If you get Paul Achebe na Bamba here, on a one DOS na ha need to step up na chunde mmadu. That a lot of people are insubordinate and they are not sacking them as is supposed. So he is not happy that the DOS are tampering mercy. That is so merciful. This is Paul Achebe telling you that the DOS should step up now punish people straight away instead of having mercy. But it is the same him that has been going about telling people that we are suspended and he didn't do anything. But here, this is one of the things he said those days. That the DOS are so merciful. They should step up the tempo. This is what he's saying.
It is known to everyone, be it me, be it any person, whoever that comes out to use the name of IPOB must be dealt with right in otherwise, physically and spiritually. If you don't use this one of these people to set the example, we can't continue to be debunking this rubbish these people are committing. We have a lot of them out there. One must be used to set the example so that they will know Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting for free content. They will take that. We are not fighting for Israel who can family. And normal person like me, from Anambra, have nothing to do with the kingdom. And I'm not fighting for Biafra, but I'm fighting for my kingdom. Family business and a nation.
You see, some of the things they are condemning today, they've said it in the past. This is how you know the truth in every given situation. On a neutral ground, some of the things we are playing, which they spoke in the past, is what they said on neutral ground, which we are nothing but the truth. What he is saying here is nothing but the truth. He talked about IPOB our family business, our business in the Afari Bake. But when you say it today, but this is what he said some years ago. He's among the ones that will be telling you that the DOS are sacking people loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But on a neutral ground, he's telling you that DOS are so merciful. They are so kind. Step up the tempo. Start to sack people. You guys are not sacking people. This is what he was saying. At his neutral ground. Let's listen to another one that spoke at neutral ground.
The day-to-day activities of IPO. No need of fighting for his release now. You're always happy there. You should be release. foolish people. So the director of the state will continue to do what they're doing. Like today, they have sacked the one they call enemy. Danger. They can force.
Now, he is commending the DOS for sacking Tarinemi. That was when Tarinemi was sacked. This is some years ago, about 3-4 years ago. And according to he said, Tarinemi is danger. He commended the leadership for summoning up courage. Because any sacking you saw in the memo, I have told you, these guys are not people that like sacking anybody. It will take you several years of foolish behavior before I have someone up courage to sack you. Methuselah is now commending them for summoning up courage to sack Tarinemi. Paul Achebe, we listened first, is thanking them, asking them, sit up and start to sack people. These are what this guy said on neutral ground. But today, when you hear them, they'll be telling you, oh, DOS are sacking all the people loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is to tell you they are working to destroy. They are working to jeopardize. They know everything in and on from them now. There is no truth. The only truth you can get from these people is this very ones some of us are beginning to play when they were neutral, when they were not against anybody. They were not against MNK. They were not against the DOS. They spoke the truth the way it is. This is what you have heard being played. Which other one Hane echo now was a statement of Onyiwenewe. A statement of personal kedu henga was person onye chole mogo. You know, just try more mama to destroy things. It's not like they are saying the truth. There is no truth in them. Even them knows that. Another allegation they are bringing along the line as well is about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I told you that is why I call this sponsored. On our each one how we put it, you will see all of them dancing it, going round the same line of allegation, so that now if you don't understand what is going on, akokata hayanisigi, akobanye into your brain. When osojena akonke na ngosojena etiaka n'obi, Methuselah ona eje akpoje nwa school opụta ọ na-ekwu ya. Methuselah akere aha ha gasị achara ugo ọ na-eti mkpu ya ahụ ọ na-ekwu ya. All of them, because this is orchestrated attack against the DOS, and they are taking it line by line in order to deceive. The same way Simon Ekpa works so hard to destroy IPOB is the same way these minions. I think I heard in somebody's broadcast what Simon could not do. Simon on our one program and I sang on our same 5,000 people watching, 2,000 people, my fake viewers and so on. He couldn't do that. On the minions, sir, can. That is why their sponsor is frustrated, because he chose the wrong people. The people he chose are not even IPOB members. They hold no position in IPOB. They are not in any capacity in IPOB. They are not the people that have been going on rallies and protests or events. They have been irrelevant. That is why Okuteni Hanato has had no effect on the leadership, neither on the struggle. When they started to champion Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, DOS are not working for his release. DOS are not working for his release. At the end, and your Bokwa touch, we presented to them. When it comes to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extradited to Nigeria, this is the same DOS that put several measures in place to make sure that the Nigerian government brought him to court because they refused initially. They are the one that sit at home, which Kanunta and the siblings stopped. The same DOS are the ones that mobilize protests and rallies all over the world. That was when Million March took place. There were one in Brussels. There's one in UK here for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That were when letters were going to all the MPs. I have said it before. When you come to UK here, over 600 MPs in UK have received our letters more than 2 times. About Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Number 10 Downing Street. Since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extradited, more than 5 prime ministers have been changed. Each of them received our letters about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because we always mount there. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Release him now. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extradited to Nigeria, in UK here, we had back-to-back protests. Every morning, every day, protests. Ndi jelolo abani, irocholo na abani, ilandi at 10 Downing Street, my protest. Imechai we na jala hola 1 hour, we mapukwolo. This is what people suffered. There were protests all over the world. The DOS tried to wade in through the use of Ifeanyi Ejiofor and the Zokome. It is the same jeopardy from the siblings. Oh, how I stop or cut to her. Not only even cutting them, ha chozugala DOS out of the way. Also DOS ka achopụ ha anyị. Ask me now anything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's cut. I don't know. Ama onwezi ihe anyị ma. Because na ụmụnne ya ha achụrụ anyị ọsọ elu ukwu ana. Onweghị ihe anyị ma now. We don't even know when the appeal is coming. Because they put us in dark. When we were championing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he is sick. And you know, Buhalia na here. It is the same woman takwalanye or hawatalanye expose wanye color omuwa. Now we are lying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is okay. Just what we wanted to use to ask for his release. Now how are here? Tell me. It was during this deal, during this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken to the UN. UN at a time, near Nigeria 6 months. In UK here, Anya Atuge go, despite the amount that we are involved. Man, Anya say, I will still do it. We made contributions. Ego legal fee that runs in thousands of pounds. Can you take the foreign Commonwealth here to court that they are not doing what they're supposed to do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? All the same siblings use Ziozi na nye mene that thing, we should suspend it. Uzo wona achoro ka etinye isi to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a double cross anyị kpa anyị stud gbanye anyị enu si anyị zuzupunu n'ụzọ. Today, how many people are still talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? When I go online I saw some people now, maybe in a half from Ansobode, will is the opportunity, na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, outsiders. For the neighbor, bubo. But I did Gano, Mazi Nnamdi Ogo, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ogo, Geji de Goro, Chohani no Queluana. And then my son in Obuzihani, name was 300 men. Akpo ha divine, the divine, this name go weda. Ndi chuku geju well. It's no more us. And they call them, they will work on legal, and they will be the one to restore Biafra. Na anya so hazini ha anyi na-eme, anya adiga outdated. Anya adiga outdated. Okay, unu wachupulu anyị na anyị amarozi ife, anyị amarozi eme. We choose 100 men. How many 100 men is talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now? How many 100 men of you is confronting these criminals online? Nasi no terror. I see a lot of them. And you know, Chuno, everyone is na no, can't you take over and protect him and release him? Of course, we would like him released. Release the any obligada anyama. Since na anyama amazi heme. All the protests anyi gala anya amazi hife. Some of us that will bear the money you will earn in a day. Just get protest. Anya amazi hife. People that pay flight tickets, to promote Biafra, to promote Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, anya amazi hife. Oh no, and the 100 goats. Anya no. Release him. We would like you to do. So when you guys make those allegations that the DUS are not working to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what do you want people that you push out of the way to do? People that have been on the line, putting everything in place to make sure that their leader is released. Kunu nechananya na tuaka, na akpoyi, na akpofandi ori, na akpofandi na egbu mmadu, na akpofandi na egbu ndebe anyi, na akpofandi na ala government ego. Take over and do it. Take over. When the case of discharge and acquitted were won, ayo adolona akanante, sionu, do not step out of it. This is like a miracle that never happened. Just chukwu knows in anywhere, mehe anywhere, so that a miracle that hardly happened. As soon jidekwe don't let go. Unexpected miracle. Oh no, Joe. That's wonder. Ozokome and the Jofa Kachola. I was in the ya will quack lawyers. Money in Kene Kakma, Ukolakma, or the Coney Jereja Matagar in Kebala phone. Na yeah, not coin. What had Cheta Sian and Dara, and we couldn't see what they have done. And that is why they are hiding everything about the appeal. Because appeal is not even where they are hoping. Objection in the court. Ebo Zokome and the Jofo left the charges. Is where it is left. Even one single charge. None of you were able to strike it out. A Jofo Zokome be done from 14 charges. Strike a kata out. Half for ya, they halved it. Half of it. Wait. Kamotu their lawyers could not squash. They couldn't. But they will be bold to tell you the DOS are not working to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even these their minions, in their neutrality, they vex. They were not happy that Ozokome was pushed out of the way. In their neutrality. Let me look for it. The family of Kanu sack Ozokome as who? No, who? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu single-handedly cannot even sack Ozokome. I'm telling you the reality. Some of you didn't know. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on his own hand cannot sack Ozokome unless Mojasino pledge under his family. Because I begin to raise them. All that are functional under the IPOB. Some of you have told you go. Some people have decided to perish. The family of Kanu. So this is who? So this is the truth this guy said in his neutral state. They knew the error, the evil they did by sacking Ozokome. That was when the whole thing were messed up. If Rocco Siaba, you need to see his face, you. Because on a bar. When I said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who, as for who, to sack Ozokome? This is not even when the brothers, the siblings, pushed everybody away. Just this one is only angry that Ozokome was sacked. You would have imagined what he would have done in these present days, where both the DOS, the leadership, the whole IPOB were pushed out from the line in everything concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because this is exactly what they have done. You that is looking at me now, if I should ask you, when next is this appeal date? You don't know. I don't know. We don't know anything about it. Because they don't want us to know. The felt the people that are now briefing is in the 100 idiots that have recruited. Oh, Hannah amazing meeting. I say, don't worry, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming today, it's coming tomorrow. Because they believed. Now, we are actually a little underground. You know? They believed in whatever thing they believed in. And this, their belief did not start today. They believed it in 2023. That is why they put IPOB in line and use IPOB to strike a deal with Said Tinubu, promising that IPOB will not ban election. I am not against the family asking for the release of their brother, but it becomes a capital sin when you now put IPOB, Biafra struggle in line in negotiation to whatever deal you want to strike. Because you know IPOB does not belong to you. You cannot put in lives of IPOB in line in your dealing with any state governor. Maybe trying our state governors, they go. You tell them, don't worry, ESN is under our control. We will bring them out for you. This is the kind of deals they engages in. Committing IPOB to their iniquitous deals. That's what makes it unacceptable. That's what makes it unacceptable. Another allegation, I told you now that they are into corporate allegation. One person is saying the same thing, Another person is saying the same thing. Another person. So that you, the hearers, the viewers, will align with them. Because what they are doing, because the aim is to push away the DOS and gather chaff for the sponsor. Because the sponsor is both power and money mongering. I want to push out the DOS. And that is why some media personnel you saw today, including the writers, the broadcasters, stood our ground. Because we saw the way they are going. We saw their crooked ways. And we said, no. This is not in the collective interest of the struggle. DOS are not obeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are not obeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are not obeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It was more that came out in a broadcast. Where draw, what is that thing the DOS are not obeying? And brought out the 13-point commandment. 13-point commandment. Because these are the areas this were going that the DOS are not obeying. What is that the 13-point commandment saying? Carry all your money and be given a woman that shows accountability, a woman that pushes thousands of IPOB's money to counter, unaccountable, undescriptive, a woman that is on a 5,000 euro salary. A woman that when the HOD tells you, "Anyị nwere emergency," just 100,000, transfer ya down to them. I will not do it. It's only Onyendo that gives me order. These are the commandments. DOS do not obey. DOS sack German national coordinator. Do you ever ask, did no offense this German national coordinator committed? Do you ask? Sack the one in Italy and put back the criminal one. He was removing 1,000 every day. When he collected 1,000 number of times, Kanu came down to Italy and carry our money in Ghana must go. Otu case zuanyi nukuto ihu. Ona case zukata anyi zubu anyi. Broad day robbery. Nishi anyi on our head. Keta anyi gbakwa aka. Izupona had the whole money. Oh, Funya kana siani, carry all money, give to Nenaya. Even the 100-man chairman kicked against it. Maybe can because one can let's be listening from what they said. Because that some of us now are complaining. This guy started on time to shout. They were the ones that started to shout on time. They spoke the truth. This same truth we all just started to speak just yesterday. We started from yesterday to speak. These guys have spoken this truth some years back. And this is one of the truths regarding ego.
All money should be paid to Germany and you come and force me now. You have to travel to every members of IPOB to their house with the gun at the gunpoint. Now and how can we go to Germany? Foolish people. The finance of the family. That is the family of Nnamdi Kanu. Do we know the family? The answer is no. Second, the third one, the first one, cancel. We care about say, don't fire anybody that will talk to DOS. Cancel the one. Now, let us do the second one. All sacked national coordinators appointed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself must be reinstated and with immediate effect.
Okay, now, if compare what this guy said those days and compare what he is saying now. What he's telling you now, recently, he's saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be giving the whole money. So I can IPOB total, it belongs to him. The same him is saying Nnenayanya should be handling money and not to disclose any financial transaction to Chief Mazi Edoziem. So all these things he spoke in neutrality is what he is speaking the opposite. This is how you get to know men running on an agenda. Because he had is sponsored to attack, to derail. This is the second missionary journey of Ekberima. Ekberima failed in his first one. Now, this same set of minions, in the name of hundreds, they are the one walking the walk of shame. Unfortunately, the engineers saw they are not delivering. Because they saw counter. People are countering them. The real IPOB media are countering them. People are shutting them down. People are setting the pace. Ikeguha. If not, by now, I can publish the names of the 100 men. Go no one was in charge. No one ladies. Okay, yesterday I said something. All of them keep on saying that the DOS are sacked. Why then is the sacker not making official announcement? The sacker lost the courage to do so. Because now is a sensible man that watches more where the sheep is going. Oh no, Galia. If you call on mere cow, stay put. Had it been these minions are winning, by now, on a Kanuga announcement, DOS are dissolved. But we mounted. Can you name to go do war belly? Just nature with you. Only step or out or step or from my Korea kutu. And tell people this thing belongs to the people and not to any individual. Not to any individual. So when you hear that the DOS are not obeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what it means when DOS is not gathering the finance around IPOB ne bunyende Kanu. Because Nnenayanya has told us that he works under the instruction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ego Udinyere Nnenayanya belongs to the Kanunters, belongs to the Kanus. They misuse it. With my two naked eyes, thousands I saw were moved to Kanunta Kanu for years, period. Not 1 year, not 2 years, not 3 years. Even somebody under salary cannot receive that hundreds of euros. This is the criminality, frauds that went through upon our heads. And you are still expecting people to continue that way. It's not possible. It's not possible. All of them has even tell you that Nnamdi is a criminal. Listen to this one. No. Kede.
To you, because the day I will mount on this podium, on this platform, to enumerate all the evil you have committed and all the money you have visited up and all the things you have done in this struggle, that very day. If you think we are saying we are letting the whole world to know our problem, yes, let the whole world know that Nigeria is a thief.
It's not coming from me. Let the whole world know that Nnamdi is a thief. Nnamdi Ogun Anya Ine is a thief. Said by Darlington. When this guy was doing this fight, we thought at a time that he's fighting a good fight. It was later it was discovered because everything this guy does, he's earning something that comes into his pocket. There are people that sponsored this attack. You saw here on Nnamdi. Those women in US, Nelly Ofebu and Madam Oyibo, because they furnished a flat for him. They were giving him a lot of money. They are the one, because now those women and Nnamdi are not in good hands. Those women wanted somebody that can destroy Nnamdi for them. This guy, money for pocket, back for ground. Inye hana yego. Opotaziona akwa kanobi na anwo soji. If you don't know him, you'll think he's saying the truth. He was paid to do this. But in reality, what he said here is the truth. Nnamdi also no let the whole world know no nyushi. Wezioku. Mana ihe motivated this video is as a result of what came into his pocket. Had it been this guy is genuine, after doing these expositions on Nnamdi, and later those women in US that sent him on this mission carried our money, hundreds of thousands, and ran away, this guy could not do any expositions on those ones up till today. Have we had this guy talked about Nelly Ofebu? Has he ever spoken about Madam Oyibo? He cannot. Imana Nelly Ofebu onyala. Makachuku, any day this guy kpolo Nelly Ofebu aha, Nelly Ofebu will publish online all the money they sent to him. And this is money that belongs to ESN. That is why nna agwagi na onye alile ego obala. Darlington okpara Ezechukwu. Osoji. Owuse ego ESN kolele. Onye lile ego umu nwanyi ajadu. How do you know? Why do you think I call her oli ego nwanyi ajadu? There are evidences on the table. All the people he collected money from Nwunye Ikonso, Ikonso's wife, he did not give any money to Nwunye Ikonso. Ulilie. Onye ageli nke nde mmụọ lie nke mmadụ. That is why mgbe ọ na efi onwere mgbe obi ji ade ya mma. Ọ na-asụ na-aba na-achọ onye ọ na-ekonye. Onye ọ na-ekonye. because his life is in a mess. His life is in a mess. Today, he's trying to reconcile. As for me, Oji idea now apologize, including Kanonta. He is the one that told us that during the operation Python dance in Afara Iku Beko in their palace, when 28 men were lying on the pool of blood, he told us that Kanonta went and stole 8 million naira that belongs to IPOB. Ebe uzunde made dabugasenala. But today he feels like licking back those things. He is the one that told us that Nafaru Beko Palace was turned into chalet. Eba na akwiko. Oh, nyakuli. Eba na amago umwanyi, married women. Onya na ala this side, onya na eme. Eba was turned into chalet. How Emmanuel, Prince Emmanuel, no magolo all the women niile na na palace. Onya gwalanye ozu 28 men odabunana Kanonta stole 8 million nenu on top of the heads of Ndongulang. Onya. So when you see them today, how line up, now with the different allegations, DOS, in the past, they aligned, they cheered up. Oh, how Paul Achebe, you heard his voice telling you IPOB is not family business, that we are not into a fairy bake business. He said it. Mesuselan told you, why will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sack Uzokome? As for what? As for what? And you know about touch, huh? All their allegations to see the reality. About touch and frozen. If only any na hana, and no wonder it has no effect. It has no effect. Even the engineer is very frustrated. Or I don't know about Hamba. Why can't you guys deliver? That Chinasanguru should have been destroyed by now. What are you waiting? I've given you everything. And you go mono different things. Bullets. Tobania bullet. Tobania katokasia and yet. That is why you only the first video I played. Ose watch yano. Imo anwu cha kai or dey ya support ha na kwu okwu now. Chinasanguru adana na nwo. Listen to him again.
Chinasanguru have a very small time to continue talking already Biafra. Keke Oda have a very small time to continue as Italian coordinator. The same thing called Abani, very small to Akoha, very small. Their time is just very little like this. Malika Korafa, then Haramton Power. As long as this
you know, but so going on a wosage. Oh, no, also, John Haggy, in a Haggy ferret, Naigago G ferret. Onya has walked in shame. Because if you have not walked in shame, by now, you guys must have taken over. When I ask you to go and take over, push them by the side and take over. Ifizie ya oneti na apia okwu ya na eti na aba ife ọkọ na asị gị denie na mpempe akwụkwọ wetegokwa okwule ihe a Gunu deya na mpempa akwụkwọ. This thing he said it some years ago. Na Chinasa Nwolu nwere na adi nwa mpempe mgbe. Ukwudewo okwu na radio. Agba anemo nwa mpempe mgbe. Also aja ade ejiji ifere ije goku iji ifere na nke ikpeazụ a. We warn you people. Anyada about attack like you guys. All we are doing, we are standing on the truth. Anyana about touch. Anyana about touch. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu even said it. We will destroy you with the truth. What truth? And you with we hold on it. We allow the truth to speak. And the Biafrans will judge between the truth and the falsehood. Another thing, Hane Buhali now is in media IPOB that are standing up to speak the truth. No DOS in Edunye. Those people. It's DOS sending them. DOS sending Onyawa. DOS sending Onyawa. In my live broadcast, I think last broadcast, Patrick Ikem called in. I asked Patrick Ikem, can you tell Biafrans, has there been at any time any member of the DOS has ever asked? Anyị je kwuo okwu maka onye dị otu a. Anyị bara onye never. We don't operate that way. We don't move that way. Anything you hear from any IPOB media, this is our own thoughts. On this broadcast now, nobody sent me. I have said this before. There has never been a time I came out live. Anybody has ever asked me, come. Not even some people want to have the number. Nobody has ever asked me, nobody. I move as my spirit leads. As I get the chance. This is a chance. Yeah, they may have a chance. And I'm so busy. But anytime I get chance, I try as much as I can. Whatever thing today, I am fully responsible. The same with all the media personnel. Nobody signs anybody. We saw what is going wrong. And you wait to if not Nanyu to Elengbu, onye na send India would have made some moves. Man only Ganya. Where from the old one I got the other side. Yeah, I mean. We are standing in the collective protection of IPOB, of the struggle. You're not doing this to save DOS. Yes, we want DOS to be protected and saved because they are holding the mantle of the struggle. Attack, destruction on them will affect the struggle. But we are not doing it because that we could see Meti and we still persisted to side for them. No. The way I roll. I call you. That is the way I operate. I have never called any member of the DOS because I haven't seen I haven't suspected them working for Nigerian government. I haven't seen them destroying what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place. I haven't seen them sending people against anybody in the struggle. I haven't seen them working against the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So any media you see talking is on his or her own. Nobody sends us. When you watch in the last previous years, none of the media has spoken or written this way. This thing, if Roketanaga just started. Some years back, I have been among the ones who won me before. I have been among the ones in order to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'll keep on saying na the radio no mahamakia. I have been the ones who see that now some of the things the lawyers are doing that he doesn't know. I knew he knew, but we wanted to protect him. 2022, when this commandment, this 13-point commandment came out, I am one among the people say that that thing is not from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not on the lawyer and the siblings, and they make it up. But inside me, I knew it was from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But I deemed him a man that should be protected. We protected him. We covered him. What led now for people to start to speak the truth? When we saw more steps to jeopardize. Introduction of Avid. Introduction of 100 men. Because we know is a nothing but creation of confusion. Creation of chaos. That is why I need anya semba abanguru. It's been long we've been lying and deceiving people. We better speak the truth and nothing but the truth. That is the truth you are hearing. That is the truth. Anybody telling you these guys are being sent, nobody is sending anybody. And what we are doing is the commandment that has been there at the laying down of the structure. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that laid the structure, put it in place, and set up a standard. He himself. So anytime anybody wants to go against the standard, instead of the struggle being collapsed, it's better na a collapse somebody. The struggle will not collapse. I better go. The struggle are calling everybody. Biafra struggle told everybody. So many. Isi ihe anu wataro. Obala ihe anu wataro. Nobody can pay for it. Eternity, you cannot. That is why all they go bigger than every figure. All they go bigger than every collective men and women put together. That is why anytime if on the foundation of the struggle, you will see people that will stand out to speak. It was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that said it. Let's listen to him. Let's listen to him. He talked about the struggle. I mean, the leadership structure.
This is indigenous people of Biafra. We are IPOB under one central command,
Nnamdi Kanu spoke against fake groups. And that is what he wanted to initiate, which we are kicking against. Fake groups. In IPOB, there are already fake groups. And for a long time, we didn't talk. In Anokamaka, Motherland Security, or fake security group, created. In Anokamaka Biafra radio, is a rival radio they created. In Anokamaka rival units, even in London here, we have them. Nnamdi Kanu. Rival. Ega South Africa, the same. Go to Italy, the same. Go to Germany, the same. Creation of groups within a group. Many people can create 200 men. Okwa nke 100 men now we have gbadoro na akpere now. Because na ebe ha ka anyị chebiri ka anyị no ezigbo tog. Aka nwere onye isi dị mma na IPOB. Ebe ha ka anyị ga-anọ n'ezigbo tog ọkwa pịa ma ọkpọ. Kwa na 100 men na. Ha. He called them products of what? APC. Only one and they create a different group in IPOB is working for the government. That's what it means. Including anybody that wants to bring in Avid. Including anybody that wants to bring in 100 men. Including anybody that wants to bring another radio. Another Shaba. Because I can say Motherland Security nke aha awoko nke Emmanuel Juwe zugasi ohi moto ndị mmadụ. That one dey collapse ana achọkwazie ka create kwa another one. Different groups. Ona agwa gị na ndị na create ihe anụnwa workers of Nigerian government. Which no kpọkọtara onye ọbụla, no matter whom you are and you are doing this, you are working for the government. That means anytime we hear that an Aussie create 100 men, and are you working for the government? Because this is your word. Each oka you promote with another radio, and are you working for the government? Is no okay with the another one nenu nke inwebula enwe, and are you now working for the government? This is your word. You say that they are the product of APC. Government recruits. Government recruits.
These are evil men and little boys. We must counter them wherever we see them.
You heard it. Also, we must counter them. Counter her. Stop crying. Some of you is so emotional. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saying we must counter them. Anybody that wants to create a different group, including Monye, initiate the year, also counter them. Introduce 100 men. Counter him. That's what we are doing. Or one of the lawyers can send it to come and do the announcement. Counter him. Or one of the counter him. So we are doing the work of the leader. And I want to pacify some of you that believe so much in the words of the leaders. What you see us doing when I amazing henna you kukuru. Counter him. Also, any 100 men, and you see an ass. Tukwe Janodana, Gikena Koiha. Are you now working for the Nigerian government? See an ogaheme. Also, counter him. Okwe Kanyana ha to okute. Onyo data, order, onyo on order, and anya, ibulanya ponaga. No matter whom you are. Ibulu to anya. Mewe all baby ali, jemewe baby ali.
We have no government. The government of indigenous people of Biafra is the indigenous people of Biafra. So when the time comes, Biafrans will vote and decide who will govern them. Until then, we are not the government. We are servants of the people, as we shall continually demonstrate. Allow me to repeat what I said before. We are not a government, I tell you. I must warn and caution you. We are the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. There is no government, there is no addition. Of course, we have an embassy, that is true. That embassy is not an organization. We don't run any other website apart from ipob.org. We don't have any other radio station listeners.
We don't have any other radio station. Mana umunne mepekwere one. Ade ego IPOB ke zuru no shi we jemepe. So when you hear us countering certain things, stop being emotional and stop calling people. Iha ukwu okwu nna anyị ukwu ka anyị na-eme. We are doing the worst of our leader. You know? Because now, if you don't do it, the movement will collapse. When actually the movement will collapse, huh? Is that what you guys want? Is that what you want? When actually make a radio Biafra and you maybe Biafra radio. And you make a ESN and you maybe sono called Shabbat Shalom. Na ekwensu alubukwe no nwe no wanka ya wa akokata ocha na kawoji hey ihe nka na so gini we ihe nka amekata asokata IPOB na ya restores anasizi aha anyị mba na okwa vid kwa anasikwazi na anyị na structure wona wuzi 100 divine men akwa emechakwa ntinyekwu ya ma divine. They added divine project. And what we are seeing in this divine project were attacking dogs. Chinasa wanketa, China in age everywhere. Chinasa wanketa. On the divine project. Just not calling you. They can't even ask, release him now. This is what I expected from him. During we were championing the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everywhere, release him now. Release him now. This is what we are expecting. Since National Nyam was here, no 100 men divine project. We expected much. From whom much is given, much is expected. And that alone on the divine and this in any way. We expected much from them. So, anyị na ha agbagha in a touch on all their allegations. When afuni na ha na-akọ, nothing is in them. How's it gonna DOS destroy what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place? Ask them, just give me one. They had none to present. DOS is not releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ask them how. DOS is sending people talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ask them how. You see them run away. It's not even only Mazi. Okay, let's finish this.
I'm aware that I was set up with ABC or Kurawasa. They set up 1 or 2 radio stations to answer our name as part of their subterfuge and action provocateur. But they will not prevail, they will not succeed. They cannot.
Enoria also they cannot succeed. And that is why that radio Hamepe could not succeed. Let me tell you something about that radio. when they initially opened that radio, and when one guy in London here, Charles, somebody Ume, he used to come out that time na that radio with Kano, South Africa. And when I radio no one to one person is only listening. That radio had that for some time. No, na had to go for na and we go at the go match 100 millions. So how well they just came back. They have not been operating. How about also? Now they thought na 100 men na ye nyelo haka ndo tu metisala ha. Also ha kedo ha their names. They are going to help to revive this dead radio. But it's still dead. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said here. He said something about it. They will not succeed. It's not only radio. Kedaha security hubs are built. Kedaha motherland. That one did not succeed. Nkehaju ezu he can the mad. Emmanuel we are using to steal people's cars. Ndị nke aha agbagbuo nesom ụfọdụ gbanaga zuru nke ha zute n'oshi gbanaga ọsọ ewe mekwa another one ha kpọrọ shabashana. They cannot succeed. Kwa video ebutebula video ewuchana na 100 millions. Before you know it, they will fizzle out. They will not succeed. How many group has ever fought IPOB and succeeded? You know, he's 5,000 people watching, 10,000 people watching, 3,000 people watching. He couldn't. After those fake watching, where are they? You know, a basic hano. Where are they today? They're all fizzled out. And you cannot. We're still there. And you can't jump out. Ancha will jump out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said they cannot survive the heat. Okwa heat ya hack kanye na akpanye. That is why just so no season anye na emezina anyị ga na agbata touch. Anyị gba touch. Anyị ga agba touch. When you hear the n'ike ha na the allegation, then we kpanyere ha matches ka ọkụ na agba ha because no ihe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kwu. Aga na amunye ha ọkụ na destroy ha. Aga ha agbacha ha nkịtị. As we are doing that, we are still focused. We are focused. We are very, very focused. And we are forging ahead. If we don't speak the truth, is it lies we'll be speaking? When somebody comes, somebody some come on kato kulute benga bonya ha mo bende. What's the one na bende e ma na okwu na ekuzi na adịghị straight. Ya check any enu. Say you mali just you na ekwu eziokwu dere aka gị ọcha. Kukata eziokwu ruzie asị gị bende ya. Anademma. There's one last video in Gag, but Biafran tried the big I will call you. Just bear with me. I saw your call. The same thing this guy has spoken it.
Tonight. Nobody is above this trouble. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not above this trouble. Even if you come out today and say you don't want to do it, we will continue. Because we have every reason.
Because I need you to look at the face of this guy. No, the way, his facial expression, the way and these are the truths this guy spoke when he was neutral. You know? Now, I wonder why he shifted. And I heard that recently he's saying Nejogu that DOS use charm. Na DOS don't suffer because hey, na so na cousin them mother charm. So I will go the charm Simon Ekpa. So na Nelly of Ebu charm me. Ozi na unkudiri ha aga ha akofon because Methuselah of all people that don't believe in charm. This is a guy reality that was saying he doesn't believe in God, he doesn't believe in charm. When he said all these things, that the DOS used charm on him. Do I know which of the DOS uses charm? Maybe I mention I can draw Mazoba. Because him and Mazoba used to be friends. And John Mazoba Mamo used the charm. And when him man I got no fun at this struggle. Now let's continue to listen to him.
This man, I want to make it good tonight. Nobody is against this trouble.
Hi. That's funny.
Even if you come out today and say you don't want to do it again, we'll continue. Because we have every reason to know that things is not working in our life. He has opened up our eyes. We can't go back again to see. Some people that are into this struggle, that are led them to this struggle, that are fighting the direction of state. They see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as is above everybody in this struggle. Today, he is gallivanting, he shout. Without me and you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not function. And if I come to this struggle and I hear that it's only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that make the decision, I will not join. I join the struggle because I know there are other leaders, funny people, who made up of director of state, who are also working assiduously with the leader. What is disturbing some of you that are rebelling this struggle is because of interest. Then Tiagasa use magic power and juju to tie everybody, including myself.
This is now the talk of Methuselah. That's Eji Juju. also the DOS Juju. Emere higher Juju. Money all these things. Na ndare chichala funny. Ndawo actors. Just like Simon. If Simon boss and you know Juju Nelly of Ebumelie. Kita uzi onye mezi Juju na is Methuselah. That the DOS use charm. Emechana ka mkpo okwa no Mazoba ya ka because na Mazoba and no Mazoba mo yeah, Biafran child, let me call you. After the Biafran child, I will call you Lucky. Let me do it according to in line, according to call. So Biafran child, I'm calling you now, yeah? Answer, then after you, I will call Okija.
Okay.
Oh, you are here. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening, Adu Geishi.
Yeah,
good evening from here.
Yeah.
My name is Mazi Kenu the General, the head of the gangster. all these videos that you played now, you see, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning.
Yes.
The one that is
sorry. I need to appreciate you. Most of these videos they thrown out surface, often from the Biafran child. I don't know how you saved them.
We are media. We are media. We are media.
You did very well.
What is going to come tomorrow? The next one that is coming tomorrow will shock every one of you. The next one that is coming tomorrow will shock every one of you. And I have told Methuselah, the head of the hero worshipper, because he is the head of the hero worshipper.
Mm-hmm.
I told them that damage control is what you will keep on doing. I, Mazi, we keep on bringing the video. Now he asking me, so I know I have all this video and I did not play it before. I said, the reason why I'm playing this video is not to counter you, but just to ask what sudden change. So our people should understand that the mindset of these people, their vision and the mission is, if we cannot beat them, they are going to join them. And Methuselah have joined them. And I tell him, time will tell. I keep on telling our people, you see all this calamity that time on ever caused in our land. And today they are bringing 100 goats. Shabbat Shalom, men's on skirt or women's on skirt. I don't even know what they call themselves. I have told Methuselah, because I went to his platform yesterday, I told him, listen, if anything happens in Biafra land, we are living in Europe. We are going to couple all this video. What happens to Simon Ekpa will still happens to him. So he should continue promoting and threatening they are doing online. We are taking record. You see all these things that happens to our people during Simon Ekpa. We can never allow it again to happen in our land. They have destroyed lives and properties of our people so much, and it's enough. And I also told them last time when they were asking me questions, I told them I am a one-man squad. Now me go look for them. I will go to their platform because I want their audience to begin to checkmate and balance and understand who is saying the truth. Okay? I tell them they should stop threatening people. And that Shabbat Shalom and 100 goats that I don't know where it's coming from. Anybody that give that order to them, they should return it back and tell the person that we are not involved and we are not going to accept it in Biafra land. Only what we know is IPOB, DOS, and also Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. And I also told them on that broadcast that if I knew that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is all in this struggle, I will never join this struggle. I will not. Because that is exactly what is playing today. Some of them will tell you to use political correctness to speak. We speak raw. And that is why we're different. When Nigeria / BBC International were doing documentary on us, they said that we have the highest weapon. What is that weapon? Media. And how our media operate, we speak the truth always. We speak the truth always. And we are not there who is involved or who in a concern or the qualification of that person or the position. We say things the way it is and always ready to down the consequences. Now, I want to say something here. You know, sometimes like a video that I played about, I think that 3 days, 1 week ago, they were saying the video is AI. I said, let me analyze this video to these people. When Tinubu were saying 7 conditions that he gave to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if you want to be free, some people are saying that that video is AI. And I said, okay, let me also join them and say that the video is AI. But I asked them one question. Have they forgotten that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been imprisoned or have been imprisoned life sentence? And as a person that have been imprisoned for life sentence and with terrorists, how do you think that Nigerian government will travel all the way from Nigeria to Kenya, spend all the whole money they spent, and kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria to sentence him or after sentencing him and leave him just freely? I asked them that question. Nobody wants to answer me. I tell them what is involved now in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. That is why the highest upper chamber, which is the DOS, led by Mazi Chike, told our people and told the media that are supporting this struggle genuinely that we should stand on discharge and acquitted. We know how Nigerian government runs. We understand the system of that Nigeria. It's better that our leader remains in prison or in DSS dungeon with that pronouncement of the court that he have already received discharged and acquitted. When we are going to be presenting these issues to international community, then we know that this man have gotten a judgment. But Nigerian government is keeping him in jail. It's going to be better for us. But they pushed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go back again from small court. Remember, great people of Biafra. I'm not talking to Ado Geshi. I'm talking to our audience, the people that are listening. Remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has secured his freedom, though he's still in DSS dungeon. Now they push Mazi
good evening.
to go back to court.
Continue, Biafran tribe. Yeah, continue. Yeah.
Okay. Remember that the same High Court they went back again is where Barrister Fanny for trash 7-count charges. Now they make appeal. In the competent court of appeal, they be able to trash all the whole 15-count charges. And now secured the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is discharged and acquitted. Yes, I keep on repeating this. Yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was still there. And I want to take them back to 2015, when Barrister Fanny Jofo bailed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not released immediately because of what we are fighting for. Because we are trying to destroy that contraption called Daminibu Zoo. Our fight is to disintegrate Nigeria, to cease Nigeria to exist, to balkanize that contraption called Daminibu Zoo. That is our aim. And the people that are beneficiary of Nigeria will never allow you to destroy their sovereignty. But we are telling them that we should stick on that, court judgment we got. They said no. Now they take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to small court. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu received now life imprisonment. The question that I keep on asking them, do you people think, what these people don't know now is that Nigeria are the people that are giving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now condition. They are giving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu condition. And I want to tell our people this free. With that video, without that video, you see all those things taken on that AI video. That is reality. That is how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free. And of course, we are hearing them that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming. We know the plan that is going on today. But we are telling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, now that he is desperate to be out, upon all the gospel we listened on Radio Biafra, that the position of the leader that leading the survivor and leading the group like IPOB, where their position is either in prison or grave or in exile. I don't even know why sudden change, but it's okay. We are all human. I keep on saying this. What is constant in life is change. The person that you see as a Messiah today may change as something that you can't even believe. But now we are telling them, with all this plan that is going on today, because there's amnesty plan that is good, there's no two ways around. Even though there's a lot of plans, maybe some. I'm just, imagine which kind of plan or which kind of amnesty they are going to collect. In my own now, I'm giving people now the kind of amnesty that may happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. I'm telling them from my own now. Maybe one, they may went there and push for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stay house arrest. I'm just telling them. Second, they may say, okay, let us reduce his sentence so that the one that is already off. And with all these things, the main goal is to destroy IPOB. If IPOB can be able to collapse, they can collapse IPOB. But sometimes I ask this question, how can this be possible that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself can collapse every media of IPOB? How do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with all this, 100 goat committee can be able to deceive all of our people to accept that we are going to stop talking about Biafran restoration project? I don't know how they want to do this magic. I don't even know. Because some of them have forgotten that a lot of our people have died on this quest of self-determination. A lot of our people are in prison, which they have been abandoned. We are not talking about only our leader. And on that Plateau sell a broadcast yesterday, which is the head of the hero worshipper. I told them the reason why I was asking for my money, because they are thinking that when I said that I want to collect my money back, they thought that it's only me. When I will start a campaign, which by the end of the day, I must get at least 7,000 people that will begin to demand for their money. Because they thought that when I say I want to get my money back, if it's not what I thought from the beginning, they thought that they will just give me only my own money. They don't know that when I will start that campaign, I will get many people that will support me, that they want to get their money back. And when I said that on TikTok, I get, even though instant, I get 5 people say, yes, everything that Mazi Kanu said is true. I support what he said. That means that they have already supported what I'm saying. So I want them to get it clear. But one thing about this is like, we are not going to stop. I keep on asking the great people of Biafra, the good people with good conscience, that they should support DOS. They should support Mazi who is in charge on absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no two ways about it. We are an institution. They should understand this. Any day they understand this, is going to be better for all of us. We keep on saying this. We did not join this Biafran restoration project because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All of us hear the voice. And what the voice was sounding is Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi, I want to restore Mazi Nnamdi. No. He told us we want to restore Biafra. That is the reason why all of us join. And we have millions of reasons to fight for our survival, to fight for Biafran restoration project, because when you go today in Nigeria, you will see we have been marginalized. There is no position for Biafran people. So how can you tell us that we are in the same country, the resources is coming from our land, and there is no position, no infrastructure, everything is going helter-skelter, and you tell us to remain in the same marriage? So I'm telling them, if it's the marriage that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brought us, like, let us move away from Nigeria and remarry or stay alone as a single mother or single father. But Nigeria is going to be better for us. I'm not part of it. I will never be part of a country that we are going to restore and Nigeria will be better off. No, I will not be in support of it. It's better we remain in Nigeria. So I'm urging our people that Biafra must come. This is the way it's supposed to be. You know, we must have up and down. We must have miscreants. We must have charlatans. Those that have come to destroy. But people should also understand that Biafran struggle or the freedom of people did not come with, many people. It's few people. And I will stop here.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
There was. You see, yeah, you made one point clear, which some of us has continued to correct one of their 100 minions. Benjamin Madabu, with his dubious, I call that statement dubious, fraudulent, because it's a dubious statement that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not IPOB, because he wants to divulge the mission, the drive from IPOB to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, with all due respect, is well respected as the one that did a giant first step of sensitization. Yeah, but Ndi Igbo are not foolish. Has there been any single man in Igbo land Ndi Igbo is following? Ndi Igbo is dying for? Ndi Igbo ganwuru mad. Let's Ndi Igbo anwubedri the God they worship. Talk of human being. So the main drive to the struggle is Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without the message of liberation via the restoration of Biafra. Anything apart from that, nobody follows him. Nobody knows him. It's just like me. That some of you, 97 people, okay, 99 people here okay, 100 people here are listening to me. It's not because I'm wig. More when I watch white. No. More when I'm aqua green. More because now my name is Oge. People are listening and watching me because I am talking about our struggle. Remove struggle from my mouth, all of you will disappear. Anytime we make a struggle on this my very page, divert maybe to cooking or anything else, many of you will leave because it is no more the attention that drew you towards my page. So it's likewise Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The attraction Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had is as a result of the message of freedom he came with via restoration of Biafra. Due to we have lived in subjugation, we have been marginalized, we have been persecuted. Anyị chọrọ onye nzọpụta. Anyị chọrọ a way of salvation. That is why when people heard about Biafra, I think one person was telling me his own experience, what drew him to Biafra struggle. He said he was on his own and he had the thing name minister to him, Biafra, Biafra. He started to ask questions. In fact, he's one of the DOS members. He got his own ministration about Biafra. In person, what drew me to this thing now is as a result of I saw what is going on with Nigeria, the government of the day. Echenjenka, enegomanya over the case, Uzagaha. When on Biafra, ewe chanam the whole option. My attention is the message of Biafra. It is what that drew me in. The people that is following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has left. Because once the person you are following is down, you are down. You watch, in the last 5 years, 6 years, there are certain people you may no longer see. And we brought some writers, some broadcasters. These are the people following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some are following him because of what they gain. Some are following him because of the way he speaks, the way he threatens the Nigerian government, the words he rush out. That is why when they no longer hear those voices, see those figures, people like Benjamin Madbug, I say echoed it. But the people that came for restoration of Biafra, the people that saw it as a vision, as a mission that needs to be accomplished, or how I wonder tarry, and or how I get restored Biafra, and not the people that are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, rather people that came for the restoration of Biafra. That is why, if at any time now any certain member of the DOS is no longer being seen, so far this is what drew you in to the struggle, that then will keep you. Man is mortal. Onye frota inwere ga hafu echi. That means onye ahe na afubuta, if you no longer see him eda. Ndi na-efolo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu adachana. Some 100 men here. That is why enweghị ihe ọzọ ha na-aka ụhụ saga, ha na-agba attack. Useless attack, baseless one. But the people that came to restore Biafra, that is why ikwe nukwana, ha na-asị gị mba. Their eyes is on the ball. If we stop this thing we are doing today, what is the headway? Where do we go from here? If I stop today, where do I go from here? How do we go? Kedu ha ga-eme anyị aga-ejezi join APC na PDP soro ha na-eme cross carpeting. Vote o Peter Obi taa, eme Soludo, me onye nwa. No. The vision is something that will attract you. The mission keeps you. no man is capable of keeping you. Imagine, say, I'm not going to struggle at 12 years, 13 years. You can't tell me those men that have been in the struggle, paying dues, going one event or the other. It's very insulting for you to say they are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How can a grown-up Igbo man? When I'm a kwande undi Igbo, I'm not a only Igbo. Pachala kaneso gineso moke. The Igbo don't follow people like that. I'm an undi Igbo. I'm a typical Igbo woman, born as an Igbo woman. My father and my mother is undi Igbo, typical undi Igbo. I'm married to an Igbo man, so Obalandi Igbo dem nahu. When you talk about Ndi Igbo, I saw Igbo in me, and I know how Igbo blood is in me, and I know how Ndi Igbo thinks, and how Ndi Igbo goes. Ndi Igbo do not follow men. Rather, Ndi Igbo follow vision. Let me call Lucky Okichukwu. Okay, Jaman, I'm calling you now. Troublemaker. Hello, Akija, welcome to the program.
Hello,
welcome.
I hope I'm coming out loud and clear.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, one day, Biafra greetings. No, the thing is that, you know, here in the world, Mari no Kushoku, age days here, on Abadi and Okrikiri, or Metusela, Paul Achebe, Achalogo. So let me put their statement. Metusela was asked in his platform, when he went to platform, and an IPOB member began to clear all the audio of Metusela. Metusela said that it was under voodoo. Who are you with voodoo? See that DOS.
Because did he mention anybody's name? Couple or DOS generally?
Arsenal DOS.
Okay.
So Achalugo and Kiano on a program on Kia when it's in a deceiver. They deceive. Hey. Paul Achebes like Kiano AI they use. Nobody want to do that thing. For you to see that these people are complete coward. This is necessary that never believe in either Christianity or tradition. He now believes in voodoo now. So for you to understand, that is the reason it's very new thing to me. I know them, so I know how they operate. The sad part is that a time is coming that most especially Paul Achebe and Metusela, they are going to use the record Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when the time comes. Because I know that the record Mazi Nnamdi Kanu during the 20-man panel of their era, 100-men media nonsense they organize. So for you to understand these people, that look at Paul Achebe. Okay, Paul Achebe, you went to autopilot and saying all those things we are saying in autopilot. Is it AI? So no, these are people who are looking for opportunity. They want to be relevant. Since they can't access the relevantness, they will turn around to fight IPOB leadership. And time is coming that these same people are also going to turn around to fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his siblings.
Definitely.
That is there. Yeah, I want people. Now when the person begin to play the audio of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what he was giving them instruction, you call me a kid at Biafra man. Don't come. When Methuselah has proof. So nobody should call anybody that and say, come and fight. That's why we are saying it now. In the other hand, everything that Methuselah has said, somebody asked Methuselah, all those things were saying by then that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, he refused to stand by IPOB, he wants to stand with his family, he is going to, bring those people, the lure out for the Nigerian government
is going to wake them back to life. Are you saying it by that time that you were under duress? I said, I wouldn't know it's your wage there. So look, these people, honestly, that is very funny. That is very funny. Eh? So I'm not just somebody yesterday, Biafran child. Why Bruno and Biafran child and publish all the video group? Why I ever put them body for what? Eh? So the man and I can't publish within those open. So somebody asked me to say, when we were saying this thing that time, are you saying the truth that time, or you are lying that time, or you are saying the truth now? I say, the person say you have nothing to answer, that you are a deceiver. The guy just left the platform, but that is not the social platform. So why I'm saying these things tonight, for people to understand that when I say that Methuselah first name is hero worshipper, middle name is hero worshipper, last name is hero worshipper, I know what I was saying because I've learned Methuselah. I go on Methuselah case I go up. Know that Methuselah is not a man of himself. Methuselah is anywhere believe place. Am I going to this place and I will assume a position and say yes, or I'll say okay. It will make a U-turn overnight. During the time of Simon Epa, when Methuselah began to talk about Simon Epa, even Methuselah said that he was discussing with Simon Epa. He said it in his book at that. Me and I first time on wa na Nzuzona and Piamba wa time Eruba. You have to tell na Simon Adegi ante. No one can see destroy his POS. So for you to understand that some people you never believe were having a conversation with Simon Epa. You don't think Methuselah is just saying that for nothing? No. Because people will go to Methuselah platform and say Methuselah, can't you talk about Simon Epa? Can't you insult Simon Epa? I say, I want to hear from Omere now. I've never seen anything that Simon Epa.
Yes, now I remember those days now. I remember. I always follow him that time. You know, people, we were asking him, does it mean he's not seeing what Simon Ekpa was doing? He keep on saying, no, I haven't seen what he. We know all of them. We know when they even started to speak about Simon. Now, all of them will claim they are the ones that fight Simon. Even Chalugo. I knew when Chalugo started, now we don't need to Simon of late.
Yes, now
you have to you Simon at the initial time, at the very initial time, waiting. They just now some of you, I wasn't strong enough online that time. You know?
The thing is that it's good that Methuselah is busy doing open confession. I say he was discussing with Simon Epa. They always talk in the evening on phone, telling Simon Epa to calm down. That we should take it easy, that Simon Epa don't want to take it easy. Say that otherwise this leadership, this DSS leadership will also be destroyed. So for people to understand that Methuselah has no repentance. And I told him yesterday in his platform, I said, if you are a man enough, come to 30th of May. He can't come to 30th of May. But he's a 100 men fighting for the freedom of Biafra and freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are 100 idiots who call themselves divine 100 men. Divine where? Let them continue to negotiate amnesty for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the other hand should understand that if you like, agree to the amnesty and they go to, because you know what they want to do, this amnesty, they want to settle everything. Once they settle everything, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has signed those documents. The lawyers will now approach this very court that you think is difficult. So James Omotosho will now say in the court that maybe they will adjourn the court for like 7 days or 14 days. That 14 days time, if you see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court, those escorts, he will come there alone with the lawyers and they will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But it's not going to be the charge and acquitted. They will only free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu based on the condition because Nigeria government don't want to make a mistake that they will pronounce discharge and acquitted. No. They are going to free him, so Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must obey the terms and conditions. And he's going to go back to the radio that he instructs his brother to go for. And those who come in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in the name of Kanu family, they are going to jump. They are going to jump out Those who come for the sake of Biafra, they are going to be few, or the few are men and women of timber and caliber. So people should expect war. War is coming, oh. War is coming. It is very sad that some people join into this very movement, not for the sake of Biafra. And I like the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu they broadcast. Now I find man. Even though say no girl Biafra, no me. So these are kind of people you have in our midst. But when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free, and he go to the radio, you condemn, because people are going to also justify, even though he condemned Biafra radio, but he's back now. Maybe God ordained the Biafra radio now. So people are going to be making excuse just for nonsense. These are the kind of people you have in our midst. How are you make clear now? We you mean it? You want to not better. Chukwasiano Biafra radio will cultivate. How come Biafra radio? Not radio Biafra. So these are what we expected very, very soon. So for those who have the mind to continue to fight for Biafra freedom, please buckle your seatbelt because the flight is about to take off. And the Ayachaka and the Madika, Ayachaka had called the Ayachaka and the Aburis, those people who are blind in their mind, in their brain. We want them to fall out from the flight. So we'll continue to move to our destination. Our destination is Biafra. Nothing more, nothing less. In the other hand, let me talk about the Shabbat Shalom. You know, as soon as I break down very news, they begin to ask who leaked the information. Because Madugu will be the general commander of Shabbat Shalom. You know, they move away from motherland security organ harvesters, hand snatchers. They now want to create a Shabbat Shalom under 100 men. And the Shabbat Shalom, you will have the men on skirts who represent the women version of faith. And the person in charge of the men on skirts, the women version of faith, is Achalugo under Anambra State recruitment. So Achalugo will be the one that will be recruiting the women. But since that, they will expose them, then pause. Because while we are doing this, so when any calamity begins to happen in the land of Biafra, the IPOB, 100 men now, when they get a control on the hand with the evidence of videos, has 100 men. That calamity that fall upon Samanaba, fall upon them. All those people who are hiding, supporting 100 men, like in Casino or Canada, so they have Igbo defense, or UK, also they have Igbo defense. So we see social media we won't have on. So that is it, you know, the one Mazi can thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Ndeo, for your contributions. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we are saying today. Looking into all that we are sent to say against the DOS, because the whole aim is knock them down. Knocking them down is not with the truth, but with allegation, which I will have thrown light on each and every one of them. We've talked about what they say that the DOS are destroying what the MNK put in place, and we've looked around. There is no single structure of IPOB that is no longer functioning, despite the 5 years of serious attack on the movement, 5 years of finances, starvation of finances, both that of ESN carried away by the criminal women in US, and that one, the one carried away by Kanu and Nnenayanya. Still, the services of IPOB has continued. The welfare is still there. Our comrades, though their heads went, their families are still being cared for. We have the legal services. Our comrades stocked up in different prisons. We still have our legal team led by Barrister Fanyejo for still going out for them. Last year, we saw how many that were released. That services is not cut off. That means everything is intact. That means the DOS are working out of nothing. They were robbed of finance, starved of ESN funding, starved of all the fundings. But they were still able to hold up the struggle. They were still able to continue maintaining the services. So when these criminals go around to tell people, rather they are the ones that wants the movement to go down. All of them now. Let me check. I saw somewhere, one of them, what they posted. For you, these are the people telling you that the DOS are destroying what Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu put in place. Let's look at their posts. You now compare. That's why Lolo Neka will always say, Aba touch. Aba touch, they say they are the 100 men doing the will of Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu. They are the 100 men keeping the struggle intact. But look at this. Let's see. Let me find what this one said. Okay. The one that lives in Austria. He posted this a day ago. These are the ones telling you that the DOS does not want the struggle to succeed. The DOS are destroying what Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu labored for. This one is saying a day ago, no more monthly dues to the ex-DOS. Stop listening to their voices on Radio Biafra. If they tell you to stay, just run. Somebody telling you stop contributing financially to the struggle like this, what he or she is telling you in earnest, suffocate Eastern Security Network, suffocate those our comrades in diverse DSS, suffocate our comrades, their husbands, their wives died. People like the wife of Ike Chukwugwoha. Ike Chukwugwoha, the Biafra Land National Coordinator, that was murdered in a broad daylight before the young daughter. They don't want that daughter to go to school. They want the wife to suffer. They want the children to suffer. These are the services IPUB has been looking after. Our comrades, Mande Bujeramawa Barak. Manda Kana Chohari to find out their location. They want them be abandoned. They want them to die in the prison. This is what they are telling you. Now, when you compare these criminals and the DOS they are talking about, who then is destroying the struggle? It's them. It's so clear. It's so clear. So I thank you, each and every one of you, for joining me to this live broadcast. I can see my own very, very good friend, my friend and my sister, Omote Biafra, my senior comrade. I welcome you to this program. I can see Raphael Adolf. Thank you, Raphael. I can see Jude Chuka, Cole Martin, Tony Odeza, always there. I saw all your comments. God bless you. I can see Ezocha. I can see Jude Chuku, Raf. A lot of you. Oborongo Tio, my very good brother. One day now, you guys will see me in Switzerland. So I welcome you all. And I say thank you for listening, and it helped me as well to share. And from here, I say good night. I am likely to come back here tomorrow if I'm able to come back on time. So I don't know yet. Or next. So thank you for listening. And from here, I say good night.